If I walk off my property, just standing in the street, I feel wonderful. When I walk into my house, I can't calm my mind. Are there thought-exciting attacks from elf towers, or is this maybe a demonic thing? What sort of specific prayer warfare can cripple their strategy, as well as more orgone techniques like those orgone cannons with the copper pipes? And you can talk about spiritual warfare. I've been successfully stopping some pretty strong and disgusting attacks on my body for the past week, but I can tell the enemy's game plan has changed. What are the best methods for protection when they are unusually persistent? Usually when the orgone pucks are not working against attacks, it's because you're not dealing with alien or demonic, you're dealing with humans. Because humans aren't repulsed by orgone. The orgone will work against aliens and demonic beings. So you're probably dealing with some kind of mixture of military. And they do get into your house, and they do cloak, and they are invisible. I've woken up before in bed. When I wasn't even woken up, I was just kind of in between going to sleep and laying there trying to fall asleep, and turn around and see a whole crowd. I mean, I had an audience. An audience in my bedroom of military and demonic beings, a mixture of them in my room. And you know what? I just turned back over and said, you know, Yahushua, send your angels and kick them out, you know, and so many words, and they were just gone, you know. I mean, it was just like, what the heck are they doing in here? But yeah, it doesn't affect the humans. It will the aliens. Now, when I was living in the campground, these humans would come to our little campground, and I would hear them coughing. There's always one that would cough. He'd cough every night. I always knew they were out there because I'd hear him coughing as soon as he hit the area where I were going. And I'd hear them talking. Our military does have this capability. Most people don't realize it, don't understand it. But they can make themselves invisible. They think they're invisible. You can hear them walking, you can hear them talking, you can hear them coughing. So their technology isn't all that perfected. And so I have warfare prayers at my website, Sherry Talk Radio. I think they're there. I know they're at thewatcherfiles.com. If you go to thewatcherfiles.com and type in the search box on the left-hand side of the site, warfare prayers, because if you have portal openings in your home, there's warfare prayers there that will teach you how to close those portal openings. Another thing is anoint your home good for once. You know, get some good old anointing oil. Nothing replaces that. And just chase everything out of your house. Rebuke it in the name of Yahushua. Command anything evil and not of him to leave. And put some oil on each one of your windows. Start from the attic, work all the way down to the basement, and kick them all out. Another thing, you talk about spiritual warfare. Yeah, attacks on my body for the past week, but I can tell the enemy's game plan has changed. They always change. Once you stop something, they start something else later. I don't say this to discourage you. I'm just saying you learn warfare in this war on Earth, because when they do, they change tactics. But you can always tell when you're dealing with one or the other, because when the aliens can't get to you, they'll send you the humans. We don't have power over these humans, but I've learned how to cut their legs off, so to speak. What you can do is when you feel like you are ask angels to be invisible. Remote viewers, some of them are just using this to break their equipment. Because if it's alien or demonic, put a wall of fire around to lead to you and ask you what to ask for at that time. Sherry, this one's for you. They that wait upon the Lord, get the scraps under the table. And this is, he cannot change this. And unfortunately, they're getting plenty of it. They get plenty of human cooperation. In fact, that's the whole thing. But they can't even do anything until we allow them to. And that's why you have to push amongst all these New Agers and these fringe religions to all meditate and invite the aliens to come here. And of course, they don't call them aliens. They call them ascended masters and light beings, and fill people's heads with garbage about who they really are. And they want everybody to invite them here. That's because they need permission to operate here on Earth, you know. But you give them an inch, they take a mile. We've all seen that in our various lives. You give Satan an inch, he takes a mile. And that's exactly what they're going to do. The only thing we're doing now is just kind of bidding time as to how much we have left here, as to when Satan could actually start his own agenda here on Earth. 2007 is going to be a year of weather disasters and catastrophes, things we've never seen before happening. And it's just March, and I've seen that in Ohio already, just in the state I live in. But it's going to get a lot worse, folks. And so, I've been talking about getting prepared, stock up on food and water, essentials. Women, you need hygiene products. Men aren't going to think about that kind of thing. Shampoo, soap, things like that. So just imagine, because what's going to happen is if we have a huge earthquake and transportation lines are cut and people can't travel, then that means the transportation of goods is going to be halted across this country. And so you may be able to go to a store, but there's going to be nothing in it. So get things now. Think ahead. Make sure you've got a good pair of shoes to last just for the next year. 6 months to a year, whatever. Things that you'll need. That if the stores were closed now and you couldn't get to a store, what would you need to make it through 6 months to a year? Try to have at least 6 months of food stacked up. Water filters, ways of collecting water, having water itself stored up. Just kind of things you want to think of, like even a swimming pool or tubs, stuff to catch rainwater in. Tarps, you could use those. Stuff you can catch rainwater in. And then having a filter to be able to drink water. Should there be no water available? My cat won't even drink the water here in this town. He will not drink the tap water out of the water. So I went and got one of those water coolers and buy the water. It's pretty bad when a cat won't even drink the water. So I ain't drinking it either. I ain't giving it to my kids either. So I had to go buy water to drink. And water in every city is dangerous, folks. They're putting fluoride in it. They're putting chemicals in it. It's not healthy to be drinking water. I think a lot of things, the reason people are getting sick and flu-like symptoms aren't just from chemtrails, but it's from the water you're drinking. I think they're putting a lot of contamination, a lot of viruses and stuff in the water. So I would stay away from tap water, period. Unless you've got a good ground, your own well, and you've got a good source of water, then stay away from it. Unless you've got your own well. Well, that's it tonight, folks. I'm going to wrap it up. I'll be here next week at 7 o'clock with whatever the Lord leads me to next week. We'll talk about the Project Bluebeam and Satan's fake arrival to Earth and how they're using our government, military, and Hollywood to make that happen. And more questions sent in during the week. And like I said, if you have questions, send them into SherryTalkRadio@yahoo.com, and I'll answer them during the show. Till then, everybody, take care and God bless.